Hello, baseball fans. It's your boy St. Matthew, and today I'm going to give you the update of all updates, baby. The standings update. How are the teams doing in their divisions, respectively? So let's start out with the NL West. Okay, NL West, we got the Dodgers running amok on everybody with a record of 15-6. 7-14 clip. Pretty crazy, right? Let's see the last. They lost the last two games, unfortunately, to some iffy games, but that's a whole nother beat. We got the Padres coming in at 15-7. The Padres are obviously on the Dodgers' tail, and it looks like it's going to stay for the foreseeable future. I know for the Padres, they had a monster, crazy last week when they were playing. Oh my God, they were playing the Rockies. They had at least two walk-offs, and I know Xander Bogaerts hit a grand slam for a walk-off. Gavin Sheets hit a grand slam for a walk-off, or a homer. But nonetheless, it's crazy. So right now, the NL West is looking pretty top-heavy. But if you look closer and you take a look at the Diamondbacks, I know they call them the D-backs, Diamondbacks. We used to call them something else back in the day. I got respect for them now. Corbin Carroll, that's my boy. One of my favorite outfielders to watch in the league. But they're always a sneaky team to me. I always feel like the Diamondbacks are kind of like the more mature team in this division. If I had to say who's a mature team, I feel like the Diamondbacks are more mature. Of course, they got, Marte shooting jumpers coming up to third base, but hey, bro, he hits absolute Jimmy Jumbo Jack slams. I'm surprised I haven't covered him yet. He's been having an interesting season, and they just got Luis Gurriel, he's like the X factor of that team, bro. I saw him hit Mason Miller's 104 fastball top shelf, like just gone, blasted. And you know how tough Mason Miller is, right? So the Diamondbacks, they're 13-9 right now. And I just saw Corbin Carroll hit a walk-off grand slam. I posted that up. That was pretty awesome. I love watching Corbin Carroll. Sorry, brother. Play baseball. He reminds me of Ichiro, bro. He really does. He's got anger speed. You ever see him rounding second for a triple? You'll see plenty of those. Trust me. He's a monster. And he's like 1% body fat. He's like Bruce Lee out there. Shout out Corbin Carroll, one of my favorite players. Now, when we look a little closer down to the NL West, we take a look at the Giants. The Giants are 9-13. Now, that record is kind of weird. And, they got the new manager. He's from the college ranks. I believe he managed Tennessee. He had an illustrious career as far as I know. He's there for a reason, right? But the Giants, they're 5-5 in their last 10 games. I don't know, because I saw Willie Adames, a few of the guys. I know it's early and it's April, but a few of their guys on the top of the order are kind of surprising me with their starts. Because Willie's one of my favorite shortstops. I loved watching him play for the Brewers. He's got a beautiful swing, tons of pop, and I don't know. I just feel like they're gonna get it going pretty soon. I feel like they're gonna get hot, like really hot. And Devers is a bad boy right here. Devers is a bad dude. That fool posts every day. Mr. Silver Slugger. I'm not quite sure if he's gonna get it this year, but we'll see. First baseman is kind of like a forgotten thing. People kind of roll their eyes at it nowadays. I don't feel like when I was growing up, first base was like a big deal. You had to have tons of pop, hit 40 bombs, or play left field and hit 40 bombs. I'm pretty old. Anyway, and that brings me to the Colorado Rockies. The Colorado Rockies are, I think, what are they? I think they went like what was it, 6-8 or 8-6 or something like that, and they had like a way more competitive team. They're a bunch of young guys. I like their Josh Goodman. I think I hope I got his name right. Josh Goodman, their catcher. I'm just gonna verify that I got it right. Hold on. I don't watch a lot of Rocky games, to be fair. I think his name's Goodman. Oh man, where is that guy? Hunter Goodman. Hunter Goodman. Hunter Goodman. He's a young kid. I really like. I like younger catchers than old, and let them play. Let them figure all of it out. You know, the National League West. We got a couple. I would say. I guess. Yeah, there's good catchers on every team. I'm questioning if I'm ready for Freddie Fermin to be up there. I don't know. He's hitting ninth, and he just hit his first home run a couple days ago. And I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I don't know what to say about Freddie Fermin. But the rest of the teams in the National League West, they all have good catchers. And the only reason I'm bringing that up is because I was talking about Hunter Goodman. Hunter Goodman. Look out for him. Of course, they got Doyle. He's a freaking cheetah out in center field. Catches literally everything. No, he doesn't die for everything because he's so goddamn fast. I know he dies, but Jesus Christ, he gets massive jumps. Great first step. Blazing speed. And, obviously the Chris Bryant experiment is kind of going through what it's going through. But that's pretty much the National League West. The National League West, we got some contenders in there. I see three heavyweights in there. Dodgers, Padres, and Diamondbacks. So we'll see we'll see how the rest of the season goes. But we're only in April 20th, and teams are still trying to figure it out. I've seen some lineup changes day to day. Flipping guys. Oh, he's going to bat eighth instead of sixth, or I was crazy. For me, I feel like you should just. It's not that easy, right? Like to have your own set schedule or not schedule lineup every single game. It's kind of hard to get the production that you're looking for from each of the 9 hitters in the way that they're positioned in the lineup. Because all of a sudden you get guys that are hitting eighth, they step up, they're hitting 3-run bombs back to back. I mean, it's a crazy game. Baseball is a wacky game. I'm not even gonna hold you because this game is it's pretty crazy. Definitely wacky. A lot of wacky stuff. So, okay. That's National League West. Let's move on to the National League East. National League East, we have the Braves, 15-7. I haven't seen any Braves games. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. This is my first time. Everyone remembers their first time, right? 15-7. Austin Riley, I think, is starting to heat up. I just saw he did something big last week. I think it was a walk-off. I like Austin Riley, third baseman. Of course, Acuna, third best player in the game. On a bad day, the guy's unbelievable. You know what I like about Acuna? My favorite thing about Acuna is that he'll take his walk. He'll take the walk. It's something that you can't. He's got lots of plate discipline, and he's very zone conscious. He knows the strike zone extremely well, and we all know about Acuna, MVP. Just you name it, he's whatever, right? What did he steal that one year? Like 70 bag, 40-70? Just just unconscionable. He's ridiculous. So it's unbelievable, right? Like 40-70, stupid numbers. Anyway, we got the next team here coming in second. Miami Marlins. Huh. The Miami Marlins. Bunch of young guys. I'm not too familiar with. I don't really watch Miami Marlin games. Florida games, I rarely like. We'll get to another Florida team in a minute, but I don't really know much about the Marlins. I just know that they're really. Oh, Ramirez, the catcher. That's the guy I like. Oh, and of course Perez. That guy's extra nasty. I just don't watch their games that often. You know, it's. I'm just checking to make sure I'm not screwing his name up. Yeah, they still got Sandy. I thought they were gonna trade him or something, but maybe they will. Maybe they'll trade him by the trade deadline. Former Cy Young. I feel like after his Cy Young, when he pitched all those innings, and he's like, it was crazy to watch. He was a workhorse when he won that Cy Young. I don't know how many innings he pitched that year, but it was well over 220. So Sandy, let's you know what, I like Sandy. Hold on, let me quickly check. I just want to look at his last couple of games real quick. Last couple of games. All right, okay. He's still trying to figure it out. You know, it's a long season. He hasn't gone over. Oh, well, against the Reds, he had a pretty good game, it appears. He was able to, a little over 8 innings. Interesting. And only 2 runs, so super, super quality start. Just checking my notes to see how the Sandman's doing. Trying to see, because they're a bunch of young guys. I don't really know these guys, and plus, like I said earlier, Florida games are kind of like I rarely get to those. I might, I just want to make sure because I think I'm missing that one dude. That one dude, Xavier Edwards. Yeah. Otto Lopez. Yeah, they got guys. They got baseball-y guys, if that makes any sense. You know, field really hard, play the game right. Don't jog to first, sprint to first when they need to beat it out. It's just guys like that, real effort team, real scrappy. But they are 10-12, so it's a little slow for them right now. But 10-12 is not terrible for them, right? So moving on to the next team, tied with the Marlins, the Nats, the Nationals, Washington Nationals. Now the Washington Nationals are kind of swagging on the league right now, very quietly, I guess, because you got C.J. Abrams, who is a cheetah, that brings a glove to the ballpark every day, and he's hitting like, I want to say 340, something over 330, because he's mashing and he's slugging the crap out of the ball. So he's having a good start, and you need good starts because it's like when else are you going to turn it on? Oh, wait. I mean, I don't know how it's a regular season, It is what it is at this point. So CJ Abrams. Okay, I lied. 320, but he's got 6 bombs, 4 bags, and his OPS is over 1,000. 75 at bats. He's having fun out there. So CJ Abrams, I remember the Padres bringing him up and then trading him for Juan Soto. I hope I got that right. CJ Abrams, he's a great player. I like him. He's flash. He's a little flashy, but he's not like absurdly like out of control. He's level head, and he's got crazy wheels. Speed demon for sure. So Washington Nationals kind of under the radar, but they're a fun team to watch. Now the pitching, I know I saw Michaelis. He's been struggling for whatever reason. He's a much better pitcher than that. I just don't understand what's going on. I think they were talking about his slider is not his regular slider. I heard someone talking about that because I want to take a look at his. Yeah, that's the guy. I like him. When he was on the Cardinals, he was a monster. He's got 72 wins already. The guy's out here. He's really out here. Anyway, this year his ERA is 9.15. No. Nah, that's not him. He'll clean that up. I mean, 0-3. 0-3 with a 9.15 ERA is crazy. I know it's early because these games matter because everyone says, "Oh, it's so early. Oh, it's only 10 games. Oh, it's only 20 games." And then later, when the wild card stuff comes up and they're trying to win the division, oh man, we're 3 games back. I wonder why, dude. All these games matter. The playoff games are more intense. The World Series is the mecca of baseball, and that's how it's gonna be. I want people to just stop with it's early, don't worry about it. No, this matters. 10-game swings, man, can kick you out of the playoffs, can keep you in the playoffs. Very simply, one bad week, that's all you need in baseball. There's too many games. Guys are too locked in. So, Michaelis, I'm rooting for you, buddy. It's my dog. Definitely mess with that guy. Fun to watch. He's very competitive. So, believe it or not, the Phillies, 8-13. 2-8 in the last 10 games. So I don't know if you ever. I watch a few Philly games, but I watch more of the the MVC broadcasts that they got in Philadelphia. Those guys are the like, they're not harshly criticizing them, but they're just honest, and they just they call it when they see it. Like, there's no favoritism and oh don't mess with Harper, oh don't mess with Schwarber. If they're not performing, you should watch it. They let them know. If you're 0 for 5 with 4 Ks, then that's what it is, bro. Like, all the stuff yesterday is yesterday. We only got today, and we only got today. It's only all we have. So, yeah, the Phillies will be fine. That roster is way too good. Trey Turner. Look at your Marshy. What, is that his name? Oh shit. I think I butchered his name. The dude with the long hair. He looks like he's a professional wrestler. What's his name? Brandon Marsh. Yeah, I got it right. Watch out for that guy. That guy he's all gas, no brakes. Fun to watch. And of course Schwarber, right? Let's see how Schwarber's doing. Take a look at his numbers real quick. 227, 7 bombs, okay? 936. So when he does hit, he's crushing it as usual, right? Schwarbomb. Dude, Schwarber is crazy. He's other than Judge and probably Ohtani this year, he's easy 45, 55, somewhere in there, you know. He's going to hit a lot of bombs. He's already got 347 for his year. He might hit 400 this year. Can you imagine? Towards the end of the season, number 400, like, into the stratosphere. That'd be crazy. I obviously love watching Schwarber. Who doesn't? Former catcher, right? Big burly, big bat, big lefty, big. Just when he hits it, he murders the ball. That ball is beyond tattooed, obliterated. So, definitely fun to watch. Trey Turner, he's a great player as well. Actually, let's see how Trey's doing. I'm assuming good, right? can be a batting champion, get the batting title anytime he wants, really. Let's check out Trey real quick. And of course, Harper. We all know about Harper. I'm not even going to start with him. It's pretty self-explanatory. 256, 2 bombs, 7 ribbies. Only 2 bags. OPS is 676. I don't see that staying. Lifetime, he's a 296 hitter. Amen. Shout out Trey Turner. Really racking up the stats, man. Good for him. Great hitter. Fun when he was on the Dodgers. I thought he was going to stay because when the Dodgers had him, especially after the whole Corey Seager thing, I thought, okay, we got the new guy, who's kind of like the opposite of Corey Seager in some ways, right? But he something about Florida and spring training. I don't know. I don't remember something about spring training being in Florida so he can be with his family. I think that was why he left officially, which is understandable. But man, I would love to have Trey play shortstop. So we'll see how Trey does, but he's a lifetime 296 hitter. So I don't see the struggling lasting any longer. He's going to get really, really hot, like on fire, for an extended period of time. Everybody knows it. It's only a matter of time, especially in baseball. Your numbers are your numbers, right? Unless you do something crazy. And that brings me to the Mets. 7-15. The Mets have had a nightmare start to the season. I can't even fathom what it's like for them right now, because it's very strange, right? Because when I look at the Mets, I think of what the Dodgers are doing and what the Mets are doing in a whole baseball aspect, like what they're doing to the game. So the Dodgers are spending money, top 3 payrolls every year, right? The Mets are spending money, but it's just like when I see the Mets spend the way they do, I think, okay, they're taking the page out of what the Dodgers are doing, sure, right? And then on top of that, they're like, I feel like they look at their phones, the Mets. I feel like, I don't need to put names to it, the Mets as a whole. I feel like they look at their phone and they're like, who's the best right fielder? Okay, all right, let's get him. Pitcher, is he good? Is he? Oh, he's the top guy on my stat thing. Okay, let's get him. I feel like they do it like that when they sign players. I'm wrong. Of course I'm wrong, but I'm just gonna go with that narrative right now because I feel like they're spending money and it's not working. Because to have a team spend, I don't know what they spent. I think it was north of $300 million on their payroll and not make the playoffs is kind of crazy. But right? Because damn. Because if you make the playoffs, make a good run, you'll make that I'm assuming, right? Because there's got to be some kind of kickback if you do well in the season. And we all know how the Dodgers are doing. They're spending all the money, but they're recouping it by playing really well. Back-to-back champs. And this has been going. This philosophy has been going on for, since before Mattingly, right? Who was before Don Mattingly, the manager back in the day with Manny and all those guys? Yeah, so I don't know. Lindor's struggling. I know that. I watched the game. And, of course, they need Soto, the $762 million man. I probably got that number wrong, too, but it's over. It's the highest in sports history, so, for Juan Soto, he's a great player. He walks a lot. And he hits bombs, but he walks a lot, He's just, he walks a lot. Great eye at the plate, Holy shit. Fucking Juan Soto. Great eye at the plate. Man. But okay, so, yeah. All right. So, Juan Soto, right? You got the bat. The bat's loud. Great swing. Freaking stays behind the ball, doesn't ever lean or anything. Just, you know, but where's the glove? Right? We're just gonna ignore the glove, right? Because man, I don't know. And they got him playing left field, which is perfect for him because, you know, when I watch Juan Soto play baseball in the outfield, I think, yeah, he should be in left field, dude. Tell me I'm wrong, man. Please. Please let me know. Let me know that I'm wrong. Juan Soto is he's a great player, right? He's a generational talent in terms of the just the strike zone knowledge, you know? You can tell he does his homework on each pitcher before he steps into the box. You know, he knows what he, like they all do, but he does something a little more, and then there's the talent on top of that. So, you know, and plus he's out, so the Mets are kind of just going through it right now. I saw, and then Kodai Senga, I don't know how long his contract is, but I feel like they're going to move him pretty soon. I just feel like it's just, I could be wrong. It's pretty sick when you watch their games, though, when he comes out and it's like, he gets a strikeout and it's like, Senga, that's hard. That's so hard. That is so hard. That's why I love baseball. It's little things like that just keep me engaged, you know? It's really fun. I do like that a lot. They obviously really love that guy. So we'll see. And I just said he's going to get moved, but whatever. They did their off-season work. They picked up Devin Williams, Mr. Screwball. Let's see how he's doing. Getting lit up, 7.11 ERA in 6 innings. Does have 11 strikeouts, though, in the 6 innings. So, bro, the whip's 2 point... Okay. It's early, but this is going to inspire them, you know? So, we'll see how the Mets do. Honestly, Lindor... no more Pete Alonso. I always thought that of all the offseason moves this past offseason, I thought that was the most disrespectful thing to let the polar bear go. I thought that was I love Pete Alonso. I love watching Pete Alonso play. So you're tripping on the glove that crazy? Like, it's insanely, you're making it sound like it's insanely bad. Like, I mean, I'm sure I haven't seen the defensive metrics, and I'm sure they can show me some numbers, or I can look them up. But just with me, I like, why don't you just stay with your guys and help them? I don't know. I'm sure they tried, but Pete's gonna be Pete. He's gonna do what he needs to do to be successful. And being a great fielder, 162 games out of the season is just simply a task too high for most major leaguers, and it's definitely too high for Pete Alonso. I'm talking about the glove. I'm not talking about the bat. He's going to hit 35 to 40 home runs this year. Easy. Yeah, easy. He had 125 ribbies last year, so he really... When you get over that 110, 115 ribbies, you're really, really putting on for your team. Yeah, I don't know. I thought they did Pete Alonso pretty dirty, man. All those bombs. The polar bear, all the cool stuff he did. Yeah, it obviously bummed me out. I really thought he was gonna be a Met, man. Like, for a career. Like, I like everybody just, nobody can stay on one team anymore. I mean, it's rare. Kershaw did it, but I don't know, man. It's rare when you see a guy stay with the same team for his whole career, in general, right? But I think way back, let's take the clock 20 years ago. Let's take it back to 2000. No, let's take it 30. Let's take it 30 years ago. Let's go to 1996. I'm sure there was a ton of guys. the Omar Vizquels. Guys that just I don't know, man. I just feel like more teams should stay with their respective players, especially when they make an impact like Pete Alonso did. I didn't even know who he was, dude. Came in 50 bombs, rookie year. Come on, brother. What are we doing? Rookie year, hitting 50 bombs. All right, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I think the polar bear will be just fine. The Mets right now, I don't know. I really don't know. They didn't make the playoffs last year, and they're off to an interesting start. Anyway, let's move on to the NL Central. All right, so we got the Reds 14-8, 6-4 in their last 10, and they've won 3 straight. Okay, the Reds. I mean, I think for the Reds, you got De La Cruz, right? De La Cruz is obviously the headliner. Any game he plays, he's gonna light it up. His talent is undeniable. You can't ignore him. You can't take your eyes off of him on any given play. He does absolutely stupendous things on the baseball diamond, with the bat, with the glove. So I know people go, "Oh my God, Ellie with the strikeouts." I'm pretty sure that's going to calm down. I mean, it has to, right? Because we can't keep leading the league in strikeouts. It's just an approach. He's a major leaguer, bro. He's gonna figure it out. He's gonna be just fine. You know what I want to see Ellie do? I want to see a 40-40 season from Ellie. I know he can do it. He's a great player, man. And they need to get some other guys going. My boy McClain, I want him to play so well because he's a really young kid, and I feel like he has all this like potential to be a great, excellent everyday major leaguer. And it's just like he gets into these really, 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 really cold. Like right now, he's ice cold. He's 187, no bombs, three ribs. So I don't know where they have him hitting in the lineup, but I think if you put him at like 7th, I guess, at this point in his career, I don't know, like, because if you put him 6th in the lineup, I guess to me that would say you want him to hit more bombs, right? Because that's like the second 3-hole hitter, I guess. I don't know, because I always looked at the 6th hole as another place where you can just slot someone in and just say just hit bombs, bro. You're gonna get runners on. People are going to be stealing bags in front of you. Just get it over the fence, drive them in, move them over, with a powerful bat, right? Some pop. So I want McClain to do well, man. He's from our area. Well, he's from Orange, California. I'm not too far from there. He went to UCLA. So any Bruin like that dude over there in the Yankees that's getting ready to come back, I always got love for those guys. Like UCLA Bruins baseball, that's like, to me, it's just such a like cool thing, I'm sure they wear it like a badge of honor. It's such a on the West Coast. That's really where we're at. I know you guys got some other teams that you like, but yeah. So McClain, I wish you the best, brother. I want you to get what you need to get. All right. Honestly, that's Reds. I don't really watch. They're off to a good start, but it's a long season. These games will hopefully help them out when they really need those extra wins later, because it's a good start. But they're in first place. So Seattle. I'm sorry. I'm having a weird day. St. Louis. St. Louis, 13-8. So St. Louis is one of those teams to me. They got rid of Nolan. I mean, Nolan Arenado. To all these, like the Rockies, when you got I don't remember what happened with that, but when you have a guy on your team, that's consistently stellar, exceptional, top tier at a facet of the game that is so important to your everyday success. Nolan plays third base. Nolan Arenado is the best third baseman I've seen since Scott Rowland. Yeah, 100%. And if I had to choose, I'm probably taking Nolan. Exceptional glove, clutch, can hit 30, can drive in 100. He's done it so many times. So I just feel like whatever these teams think of Nolan and what Nolan thinks of the teams is not. It's whatever. I don't know what it is, because whenever Nolan's time is to get paid, these guys come up with something. Oh, let's move him here, move him there. Okay, replace him with who exactly? Anyway, third baseman, they need more love out here, dude. So, pretty mad about that. Just all these legends. Oh, they got the 10-time gold glover. And you're like, 15-time gold glover. Traded. Okay. And then they bring in some guy. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe the guy that they're bringing in, that's replacing him, is going to get 15 gold gloves. Whatever, bro. Shout out Nolan. Huntington Beach, baby. All day. Shout out Nolan. Nolan's... I love... Third baseman definitely need more love. It's probably my favorite position to, like, vouch for, because third baseman, they get as far as the infield goes, they get the most hate, bro. I know it's not okay. You still need an arm to get it across the diamond at the end of the day. You can't be napping over there when someone's bunting in front of you, and you got speedsters. You got a barehanded fucking, however many times this season, right? So it's not an easy position. I know people say, "Oh, just move him to third." Okay, but you still gotta shut it down. That's why I like Nolan. I don't even have to talk about the bat. By the time I'm talking about the bat, we're already like, he's a Hall of Famer, bro. Go look up his gold gloves. Check out his home runs. Unbelievable. Shout out Nolan. Huntington Beach's finest. He's the GOAT, bro. Nolan? It's always good to say. It's always good to watch a game and be like, that's a Hall of Famer, first ballot. That guy's going in first ballot. Nolan's going in first ballot. Don't even. Yeah. I got too much love for that guy. Love watching him play. And of course, Mason Wynn. Mason Wynn is... this guy has an absolute howser. Jesus. I think they have to take a look at it, but he's from Texas? So's the other guy from Kansas City. I didn't know that. Debut in 2023. Already the best shortstop in the National League. Shortstop, not bat, okay? Relax. Because Mason Wynn, great speed, cannon arm, great glove. Probably some of the best footwork, especially for a shortstop. That is not an easy position. It's similar. It's not the same as third base, obviously, but in my eyes, you still got to make a long throw consistently. And typically, I mean, for me, I'm not a baseball expert. I'm just speaking off the top of the dome here. But I think for a shortstop, you want that guy to have one of the stronger arms on the team. Like, oh, he plays shortstop, but he could pitch. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like 92, 93 across the diamond consistently all year round. And the next year after that. And then, because you got to have one, bro. You got to have a... Anyway, Mason Wynn, great player. Fun to watch. Exciting. So let's move on to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pittsburgh Pirates are 13-9. Now, Pirates got me out of my seat a few times this year already. O'Neal Cruz. When he hits the cruise missile and they say cannonball, that I don't know what it is. That broadcaster, I don't know his name. I forgot his name. Dude, he gets me freaking hyped. I'm not even a Pirates fan. It's so lit. He is lit. Clear the deck. I love it, bro. He's such good vibes. So fun to listen to. I definitely switch it to the Pittsburgh broadcast, even if they're away, you know? Yeah. Spencer Horwitz, he had a pitch hit home run not too long ago. I did see that. They got my boy Lowe, who's you want to talk about packing some punch? Don't let his size fool you. My boy goes upper deck or nothing. G, on my body when his eyes light up. When there's runners on, he gets excited. He's one of those guys, and he hits towering home runs. Definitely one of my favorite. Brandon Lowe, yeah, fun guy to watch. Off to a great start. 7 dingers already. 975 OPS. Woo, man! If he keeps that up, can you imagine if he? It would be nice to have that like off player that's not Schwarber, not Shohei. You know, some second baseman or like a left fielder that, you know, has numbers like that. It'd be great to see, you know. That's why I love baseball, because you gotta show up every day, you know. You don't know what you're gonna see, and like I said earlier, it's a wacky game. So Brandon Lowe, O'Neal Cruz, of course, Connor Griffin, he's ready. he's definitely ready. Hey, let me know. Connor Griffin, he's kind of a G, huh? He's like what, 21? Bro, look, when he's out there, he looks like he's been playing for 30 years. He's got it all, bro. True 5-tool guy. I'm gonna keep an eye on him, playing a very difficult position, you know, especially for a young guy like that. And they get you out there, and you're there every day. Yeah, he's 19. No way, he's 19, bro. What? He's 19. Oh my God, I didn't know. I thought he was 20 or 21. No way. God bless him. Oh my God, he's going to have a great career if he keeps everything healthy. It's just going to go up, 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 up. He's 19. I'm freaking out. I didn't think he was 19. Damn. Okay. Shout out Connor Griffin. I'm with you, G. Yeah. Pittsburgh Pirates, they signed him up. That was smart. It's nice to see someone else get locked up. The pitching is pretty interesting to me. I like, of course, Skeens. I call him. We haven't seen this since. It's like hundreds of years. He's doing some amazing stuff. Yeah, Pittsburgh, man. We'll see how they do. They'll be fine. I don't know if it's going to be playoffs for them this year. I don't know if they're ready for that kind of, but they can definitely fight in this division. Exciting team to watch. A bunch of young guys playing hard. Yeah. Bubba Chandler, Skeens, Ashcraft. Yeah. They got I think for me, the Pirates, I think once, let me check Bubba real quick, because the reason I like Bubba is he doesn't give, he says, he's one of those guys, my fastball's gonna beat you. I don't know how else to say it. Like, he's not like a bunch of nibbling, oh no, oh my god, runner on third. Like, he believes in this stuff, and of course you can get, the consequences of that and get hit. But I think for the most part, when you're a pitcher, you have all the cards. You have all the cards. You dictate everything. So I think when he comes in, I just want to check his numbers real quick. He only has a few starts so far. What, 3? Let me check out my boy Bubba. With a name like that, how do you not love that guy? Bubba Chandler? That's hard. That's a hard name. Damn. I think that's why I started watching. I was like, Bubba Chandler. That's presidential. Anyway. Oh. Yeah. Not bad. Whip 130. Got 17 Ks in 20 innings. 3.15. If he does that the whole season, he's looking pretty good, kid. And I think Bubba and Skeens and Ashcraft, I think those three are going to really feed off of each other. Because I see them when they're in the dugout, it's like other teams do it, but I feel like with the Pirates, when I watch them play and I watch the pitchers in the dugout, I can they're not like shooting, they're actually building a philosophy. Because right now, you look at them, they got Bubba Chandler, who I really like. Skeens, who's just undeniable talent, ridiculous fastball. I don't need to talk about Skeens, right? You know who that is, right? Yeah, because come on. I don't know. I think pitching-wise, I think they have a chance to really get nasty out here. Like, oh, we had Skeens Monday. Oh, shit, here comes Bubba Tuesday. Oh, fuck, here comes Ashcraft on Wednesday. And you're like, oh, you're looking up and you're like, damn, we're about to get swept. We're about to get swept. So, Mitch Keller, interesting that, I'm just checking his numbers real quick. He's off to a good start. He's not really K'ing people up. 19 Ks, 29 innings. The whip is 1.1. Goalless. You see? Damn. Really shutting them down. I mean, just not really striking tons and tons of guys out, but I'm sure he's pleased with his start. And he's a cerebral guy. When I watch Keller pitch, I feel like he's just so locked in, like really locked in. Like you could be standing right next to him and be yelling at him while he's pitching, and you will not have any impact on anything he's doing. I feel he's one of those like cerebral, super analytical guys, and it's all in his head. He's not like pitch to pitch. Watch him pitch. He's a great player. I love watching him pitch. He's fun to watch. Okay, the Cubbies coming in 12-9. 12-9. Cubbies. Let's get the elephant out of the room, right? Here's my thing. If you want to talk Cubs, right? They just signed this guy, big contract, center fielder, super sick from LA, right? P. Crow Armstrong. Oh my goodness. And he's okay, so the numbers are not spectacular, but the problem I'm having with Pete, and I love the kid. So fiery, makes some fucking just unbelievable plays in center. Great speed, great instincts, great first step. Can steal bags, can hit 40 home runs if he really locks in. I think he has 40 home run power, and he's only 24. Man, these guys are young. Holy shit. Pete Crow Armstrong. I'll keep it simple with him. Sherman Oaks. Man, shout out Pete. Yeah, baby. Huh? PCA, baby. Anyway, his strikeout and whiff rate they have to cut it down by at least a third. It's absurd. And Pete is a guy that wears his heart on his sleeve. So every strikeout or whiff, it's up here for him. As right? But a really young guy, right? Freakish talent, got the contract, he wants to jump out the gates, but he is swinging at everything. Bro, you can I could be wrong, but I was watching MLB Network last night. Was it last night or 2 days ago? And they were talking about Pete's striking out and whiff rate. The strikeout rate is like over 30%, bro. That's unacceptable for him. He can't be PCA if he's striking out 30% of the time. And he's whiffing 47% of the time. So he's striking out and he's not putting the ball in play. And trust me, a center fielder as good as him, with the talent that he has, he knows this. And he's going to be fine. He just needs to woosah. You know? 2-0, 1-0. Maybe that fastball you think you can really crush. Maybe you say, you know what? I'll live to see another pitch. But he better not throw that. He better not throw that again. Right? But that's such a hard thing to do. Baseball's impossible. And like I said, it's a wacky game. I want PCA to do really well. I want him to have tons of silver sluggers. Center fielder, dude, in the National League, we need center fielders. We need center fielder, man. You got to have good ones, man. We do have good ones, but I want like legendary ones. And he can do it. So, PCA, best of luck to you, baby. I want you to win. Just not against the Dodgers. Whatever, it's all good. I'm not going to talk about I don't want to talk about Boyd and all the other stuff. No, I'm PCA, okay? PCA is all that matters right now, okay? You can pitch, do all that stuff. You got the guy in center field who's a freaking speedster, catches everything, right? But once he gets going, dude, when Wrigley's at its peak, and let me know. Let's look at the roster. When Wrigley's at its peak and going berserk, I'm sure it's like PCA is one of those guys that can get you going. Light a fire. That's PCA right there. Really jump out of your seat. Oh my God. That's PCA. PCA is a jump. Oh my God. Did you see that? He's a jump out of your seat guy. The infield is really, of course, their defense is top tier. I think they have, based on last year's numbers, last year they were like the best. They had the best gloves all around. They have to continue that exemplary Gold Glove level play on all the positions. Sorry. In order to be successful, every team should try to do that, right? But especially when I think it's the Cubs' identity right now. Right now, yeah. They got a great infield. The infield is stacked. It's super stacked. Oh my God, look at this guy, and they got Breggy too, of course. The thing with Bregman, he's doesn't hit enough bombs for me. And, he was an Astro in the whole 2017 thing. He was there. 2017 was a bad year. That Game 7 was terrible. That was a terrible night for me in more ways than one. Life altering. I'll get into that at some other time, but man, that was a bad night. Game 7, oh my God, get me out of here. Get me out of here, please. And then the way the game went, And then all the stuff that happened afterwards. Oh my god. So bad. Holy. Are you kidding me, brother? What? Yeah, 2017, I know. It was like 9 years ago, but still, that was terrible. Baseball's got some spooky stuff going on. Baseball does the weirdest, like I told you, it's a wacky game. Some of the weirdest stuff in all of sports. And I won't even, it's bizarre. Trash cans and all that, and then they pick them up. Okay, that's your guy, huh? All right. Milwaukee. Wow. Every team in this division has a winning record. Holy moly. All right. Milwaukee, 12-9. Milwaukee is an interesting team. I feel like they'll win the division again. Sorry, I keep thinking I'm waiting for a package, but whatever. You know who I like on Milwaukee? He's on their front page right now. He's a top story as usual. The Miz. Oh my God! You know, The Miz. When I first started really like checking for him, believe it or not, was a little bit before the All-Star break last year, and then when I saw him in the All-Star game, and then I saw the big, huge smile he had. You know, just having he's one of those, like, you can tell he loves the game and he's having fun. The Miz is having fun, man. He's a really fun player to watch. And Christian Yelich, I think Yelly's gonna start getting going. He might hit like 310 and nobody will see it coming. He'll just keep hitting 300 and everyone's like, oh, and then like at the end of the year it's 310. I can see that for him. I don't know where he's at right now. Let's take a look. That pinch hit home run he hit, that's, oh my God, that went upper deck. It was so out of here. One of my favorite moments of the season so far against, I don't remember. But Yelly, first pitch hit home run, and he absolutely just blasted it. And a classic, and Yelly's got a sweet swing, beautiful swing. I just want to see real quick before I get distracted like usual. Yelly. We're having some technical issues here. Oh, of course, and how could I forget Bryce Terang, the everyday man, the all I can do everything man. You know, Bryce Terang, don't be surprised if you wake up one day and at the end of one of these next like 3-4 years, Bryce Terang hits like 330. The reason I say Bryce Terang can do that is because Bryce Terang is one of the most clever players in the game. And he's also a cerebral type of guy. To me, I don't watch every Brewer game, but when I do, he's one of those guys that impacts the game because of his intellect and his baseball IQ, intellect and baseball IQ, and he puts it together and he allows his talents to funnel through all of that. And he's one of the oh man, in terms of talent, Bryce Terang. You gotta put him at no talent wise. You got no less than 50, no more than 15 players are more talented than Bryce Terang right now. Right now, no way, dude. No way. Shout out Bryce. I gotta defend him because he's I don't know if my mom taught him, but he did go to. We went to the same high school. I'm much older than he is. I'm like 50 years older than he is, but you know, Bryce, I want him to do really well, man. Because it's good to see, you know, people from the area. I mean, I'm not saying he's like, oh, I'm Corona, but at least he started here, you know? Sorry. Damn. I really want him to do well. And he's doing well. And he's going to do well. Because we need more second basemen in the Hall of Fame. And, damn, I didn't really... Sorry. I guess I really enjoy Bryce, man. He's a great guy. Great guy, man. Great. I just love to watch the game, and he's not flashy. He's blue. He's lunch pail, and he brings it every day. He gives his best. Great glove too. The glove's amazing. Speed. Can hit to all fields. Bryce to ring. Wow, his OPS is over 1,000. Shee. Hitting 300. I feel like Bryce Duran can hit 300, and I know it's going to sound crazy, but he has too many tools for him to not hit 300. I think Bryce Duran will be like a average is real average, and like doubles, and I don't know if let me check. I don't know if he's a triple guy. I'm assuming he is because of just the speed, but triples are. Let me just check real quick. Wow. Shout out Bryce, man. You really got me today. Son of a bitch. Love that kid. Sorry. I just want him to do really well, man, because then he could become a Dodger later. So rack up stats, Bryce. We got that Fetty up for you later if you're interested. I don't know. You don't know. I don't know what he grew up. I don't know what he grew up watching. Could have been the Angels for all I know. But yeah, dude. It's good to see people from just be successful and make things better their lives, you know? And make the people around them better. Okay. Wow. All right, Bryce. Go get him, kid. Okay, and that concludes the National League. So, if you want me to do the American League, let me know in the comments. If you want me to stop making videos and go to Mars and stay there, please write that in a comment. Write that in the comments. That would be great. Baseball is a great game. I love the game because I love the game because it's the best sport in the world, you know? And the reason I say that is because it's when baseball's always been there for me when I've been down in my life, and it's always picked me up. The Kenny Loftons, the Ken Griffey Juniors, the Greg Maddux, all the great players that have, you know, they come in 162 games and they give it their all, and it's something that I marvel at, you know. To have the composure, the strength and the courage, the confidence to do something like that 162 times a year. It's nothing but amazing. And we are witnessing greatness. So, that's the National League standings. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.